Come on, come on, come on. Here we go, here we go. Thank you, thank you. Everybody file right on in here. Okay. Very good, very good. All righty. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, could you scoot back just a little bit farther so we don't accidentally kick this? That would be great. Thank you. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. All righty. The Lord God took him how many days to make everything? 6 days. He rested on the seventh day. He looks at all of it. He says it was, which means it was. Thank you very much. All right. Is it still perfect today? Nope. Can you? Just scoot back. Let's scoot back. Scoot back. There you go. Keep scooting back. Keep scooting back. There you go. Thank you. All right. Okay. It's a lost world. Why? What happened? Sin. Who? Adam and Eve. They ate the fruit. Since then, who else has sinned? Yeah, everybody. We've all sinned. Only one who hasn't sinned, who didn't sin. Jesus, that's right. Okay, so everybody sinned, and so it's a problem, and it kept getting worse and worse and worse. Still, God has to wash it all clean with what? The flood, exactly, okay? The flood, interesting thing. The flood is why we have trillions of things buried in rock layers laid down by water all over the earth, okay? And so we have these things called fossils. What are fossils? Yes. Okay, yep. A lot of it is animals. Not just animals, but a lot of it is animals, yes? She said it. They've been turned into what? Rock. It's been turned into rock. And she just stole your thunder, didn't she? All right, she was right on. What were you going to say? Never mind, yes? What's a fossil? Yes, what could be a fossil? Plants can be fossilized, absolutely. It's usually called a process called carbonization. Yes? You're thinking? Yes? Could be the remains of animals, exactly. It can be plants, it can be trace fossils. Yes! People, yes, we've got people fossils as well, okay? Fossils have gone through a process that they're no longer just bone, but they've been turned into rock, okay? Some of you probably saw this already. This is called coprolite. I'm coming by really fast. Touch the coprolite, touch the coprolite, touch the coprolite, touch the coprolite, touch the coprolite. I'm coming back through, I'm coming back through. Touch fast, 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 fast. Here we go, there we go. Touch. It's called coprolite. Coprolite, 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 coprolite. There you go. Coprolite, 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 coprolite. It does look like a brain, doesn't it? You can tell it was soft, right? Well, if you're not going to touch it, just smell it. No, okay. All right. So there you go. Touch, 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 touch. See, it's hard. It's a rock. All it is it's a rock now. See, it's just a rock, okay? But coprolite is the scientific technical term for what was once dino poo-poo. Exactly, okay? So this is dino poo-poo. This is also a dino poo-poo, okay? Used to be a whole round one. Okay, used to be a dino pie or a dino chip, okay, all right, but it looks like what now? A rock. It's been turned into rock. It's solid rock now. How does that happen? Do any cow pies turn into rocks today? No. Do any dog doo-doo, does any dog doo-doo turn into? No, it doesn't turn into rock today. How does this happen? How do you get fossils? How do they turn into rocks? You need very special conditions. Yes, you are correct. Exactly. We're going to simplify it like this, okay? Everybody stand up real quick, just real quick, and you can sit back down, okay? Real quick. Everybody go like this and say mud. Go like this and say water. Go like this and say quickly. Sit back down. That's it. That's all you need. I told you to be quick, okay? Something that was alive or from something that was alive, like the poo-poo, okay, got buried with brought by lots of, very quickly. The quickly part is essential. It had to be preserved, protected. The mud is what protects it from being scavenged or decayed so it doesn't go away. The water then that brings that seeps into it and replaces the original material with minerals, turning it into rock. So it's called permineralization, okay? It's the process by which these fossils are made. Where do we find fossils? In the ground, around the world, in fact, over the entire world. Now, it's not the same fossils everywhere. It's different fossils, but there's still fossils everywhere. We find ocean fossils over the entire planet, and sometimes we find animal fossils mixed in with them. So buried with the dinosaurs out west, you find a lot of sharks, a lot of fish, a lot of seashells, all buried right there with them. Did he live in the water? No. Then why is he buried with all this ocean stuff? What event? This is the paleobiology database. It marks everywhere fossils have been found. Where have we found fossils? Over the entire planet. Most of it is ocean stuff. Which means, wait a minute, if the whole planet's covered in fossils, by the way, you're not going to find any dino fossils around here. It's just ocean stuff, okay? Sorry, this is out. But that means the whole planet at some point in history has been covered with lots of mud brought by lots of what event could have done that? There's only one. The flood, the global flood. Exactly, okay? Wait a minute! That means all these things were alive at what time? When what happened? When the flood happened. Wait a minute, these are animals. What do we know about animals in the flood? At least two of each kind were on board what? But so, hold on just a second then. What's that mean then according to the Bible and according to the fossil record? Should have been on the ark. Dinosaurs. Well, you can't fit those on there, can you? No, they're way too big. There's no way you could fit this dinosaur on the ark. It's way too big, right? You could fit that on the ark, right? Yes. Are all dinosaurs gigantic? No. But even the gigantic ones. Remember, you're about to kick it in. Scoot back again. Scoot back. There you go. Thank you very much, okay? Does that mean, does every animal start off as big? Okay, all those sauropods, they come from eggs the size of soccer balls. So how big are the most gigantic animals that ever walked? Absolutely. You think you could take it on? Bring it on. Okay, no, I'm saying. What about when they're this big? Would they fit on the ark when they're this big? No. Yes. What does that do to the amount of supplies you need? It just took down the number of supplies. What does that do to the amount of waste they're going to produce? You see what we just did? How feasible we made this? We're only talking about 8,000 animals on the ark. And you can get everything that was once alive and everything that's alive today. Oh, only 8,000 animals. How does that work? How many dogs can you name? Start naming them. Beagle, Chihuahua, Great Dane, Collie, Rottweiler, Porgy, Mastiff. Yep. Okay, all right, stop. How many of those do we need on the ark? The total number of dogs we need on the ark is what? 2. And you can get all the breeds we have today. In fact, most breeds today are less than 500 years old. A lot of them are less than 150 years old. You only need 2. What did we just do the number of animals we need on the ark? Greatly reduced it, okay? So about 7,000 to 8,000 animals possibly on the ark. But now hold on a second then. That would mean after the flood, what should have came off the ark got married and had babies. I always have to throw that part in. Because I was at a VBS one time where a group a little younger than you. I said, what are they supposed to do when they get off the ark? They're supposed to have babies. And there was this young boy right back there. He yelled, they're supposed to get married first. Yes, that's right. The dinosaurs get married and then they have the babies. That's exactly right, okay? So always throw that in there, okay? So I've always added that ever since then, okay? So they come out, they have the babies, all right? What then should we see in history after the flood? We should see dinosaurs in history. We don't see dinosaurs in history, though. Long neck, long tail creatures walking upright on their legs. That's a cylinder seal from ancient Iraq dating to 2000 BC, 4,000 years ago. What do we have there? We have long neck, long tails walking up on their legs. And what are they doing? Is that what they're doing? I don't know, but is that a possibility? Yes, they're interlocking their necks. What's another option they could be doing? Hugging, kissing, fighting. Could be any of those things. What do you think? The giraffe is, yes, it's a mammal. Reptile, though, that walks up on its legs, long neck, long tail. Okay, but very good. Glad you're listening. Good job. Okay, catch those details. That's good. Okay, here's one from just about 600 years ago. And what are they doing? Crossing their necks again. In the most recent Jurassic World movie that came out last summer, they have the long-necked dinosaurs come together and cross their necks. I could not believe what I was seeing in the theater. I'm like, you guys, those people who made those movies had no idea. I'm like, you're depicting them the exact way people drew pictures of them. Not only that, we have them on 3 continents. We have it in Europe, Africa, and Asia. We have these depictions. So that's not just a depiction of a long neck, long tail, walking upright creature, which would be a sauropod dinosaur. We also have depictions of observed behavior. Woo! Isn't that cool? Man, that's exciting. And it's not just sauropods. We've got a couple books out there. Take time to just flip through them. Okay, you don't have to buy it. Just at least look through it. All over the planet, I got a whole hour worth of this. Of upright walking reptiles. What is an upright walking reptile? Whether it be on 2 or 4 legs. Dinosaur by definition. But wait a minute, do they have the word dinosaur back then? No, they don't have the word. That didn't come about to 1841. And the word dinosaur is 2 Greek words, dinosauros, and it means big scary reptile. But if they don't have that word, what's another word they could use? Dragon? What does the word dragon mean? It is the Greek drakon, which means big scary reptile. Literally means the exact same thing. I know, it's hilarious. Does that mean all dragon stories are true? No, absolutely not. But could you use that word to apply that to them? What's that look like? This is a Dracorex. It's an actual fossil dug up in South Dakota. First thing they said, the paleontologists at the Indianapolis Children's Museum, when they saw it, they said, that kind of looks like a dragon. And so they named it Dracorex hogwartsia. That's why, because it looks just like a dragon, okay? So, but wait a minute. If they were alive after the flood, we have records of them from just thousands of years ago. What happened to them? Where'd they go? What have you heard? What killed them? Now, the flood made the fossils, okay? Killed all those, but the ones after the flood, what could have happened to them? What have you heard? What have you heard killed them? Other dinosaurs killed the dinosaurs? Yes. Hunting, absolutely. We actually have records of that. We have records of people hunting them. We have exactly how they trapped them, how they killed them, how they butchered them, how they used their organs and other parts of them for medicines, and how they cooked them. Oh, volcanic activity. Who's heard the asteroid killed him? 6-mile wide asteroid strikes down the Yucatan Peninsula. Okay. Have you ever heard that story, though? What's the only thing the asteroid kills? Everything else, all other reptiles, crocodiles, snakes, turtles, lizards, all mammals, all birds, all amphibians, they all survive no problem. What? Doesn't make any sense. That's why, actually, if you read the scientific literature, they'll admit, yeah, that's not a good theory. But it's the only thing we got, so that's why we put it in the museums and the books. So many other ideas have been presented. I got a whole list of them, okay? One of my favorites they're actually guys who, their best guess is aliens killed them. What? Is that very scientific? No. You know, it's possible. Maybe they just made bad choices in life. Maybe they made bad choices in life. You know, maybe. Actually, in 2012, there was a paper published by paleontologists that looked at sauropods, the biggest ones, that what if the vegetation they ate changed, and it made their stomachs upset, and they began to expel methane. They literally farted themselves to death. That is an actual scientific paper published in 2012. They tooted themselves to death. Isn't any of that scientific? No, okay. Let me give you the best guess we got, okay? The ice age happens after the flood. The polar regions are covered in ice, but the equator, tons of precipitation, was lush, tropical, wonderful. Guess where we have tons of records of dinosaurs during that time? In those areas. But after the ice age and all that goes away, it gets really hot and it gets really cold. It gets hot and cold. Dinosaurs can handle hot if they have enough water. Can they handle cold? What do reptiles today do when it gets cold? They kind of hibernate. They burrow and hibernate. Can he burrow and hibernate? What's going to happen to him? Our world today is terrible for dinosaurs. There's just a few places in the world today they could survive, and we don't see them there anymore. They seem to have been gone for at least 600 years, maybe 1,000 years. The flood made the fossil record. What was the only way to be saved in that event? To be on the ark. Oops, I don't have time for that. How many doors did the ark have? One door. How many ways were there to be saved from that judgment? How many ways? One door. Jesus said, John chapter 10, verse 9, I am the door. How many ways today are there to be saved? One. That is what we're going to talk about tomorrow night. The best, most important thing ever is the way we can be saved from judgment today, okay? Thank you so much. If you have questions about dinosaurs, catch me afterwards. Check it out.